Nuggets, who come in number 7, Kevin McHale, in the Western Conference, 30 up and 23 down.
Yeah, tonight I'm looking forward to a little matchup between Nene and Tyson Chandler. Kevin, you want to talk about what matchup I want to look at? That one I want to watch the big guys. And you saw that first play, a little slip out by Kenyon Martin for a dunk. Coach Carlisle will be happy with that at the defensive end.
And you think Chandler, as Dirk Nowitzki banks one in and ties it at 2, you think Chandler has been about as responsible as any single Maverick for the record so far?
No question. His defensive presence, his energy. Coach Carlisle called him kind of like the spiritual leader of the team. He comes in with great energy, and him versus Nene right there will be a great matchup to watch all night long.
Here is Carmelo Anthony with a 3, coming off a 29-point performance in last night's Denver loss at Golden State. That's a 3 by Chauncey Billups.
Been on fire from the three-point line the last 26 games, I think, shooting 52%, and they really need him. Out with the knee injury last night, Kevin, but back in the lineup tonight.
Here's Jason Kidd finding Chandler. That has been a wonderful 1-2 punch for Dallas this season.
Boy, sure has. He has so many lob passes to Chandler throughout the course of the night. You'll see he'll have 3 or 4 right at the rim, and Jay Kidd throws it up there, and Tyson lays it in.
So Martin out there, screened by Nene on Kidd, and just enough room, and Billups has hit his first 2 shots.
Yeah, Chauncey, what a good matchup again. You got Billups and Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd's a heck of a defender, and Chauncey's got a little rhythm going, made his first 2 shots.
Stojakovic for 3. Both of us were wondering, Dallas played last night as well. They won by 2 in Sacramento. But both of us were wondering, as Nene launches one, picked up by Nowitzki, what kind of stamina these 2 teams would have traveling from the West Coast here in the second of a back-to-back.
Yeah, getting in about 3 o'clock in the morning. But I think you're going to see both coaches play a lot of guys. Coach Carlisle plays a lot of guys, and George will play a lot of guys tonight.
He said that Denver was number 7 in the West. Excuse me, I got to hit that little button there when you want to cough.
Okay.
And Dallas is number 2 in the Western Conference, so you're going to watch big men inside as your key matchup.
Yeah, I like the big men inside, and then I want to see if Stevenson can handle Melo's side. We're going to start off the game. Dallas is putting Stevenson on Carmelo, and Carmelo's got a big size advantage, but Stevenson's a tough, hard-nosed defender.
Shooting the ball well from 3-point territory is Stevenson. Here's Nene. He is having a career year with his scoring and uses a left hand here on Dirk, picked up by Tyson Chandler. Here comes Kidd. And Nowitzki once again. Dirk is playing with a sore right wrist. He hurt against Cleveland a little bit earlier. Didn't play that well last night, at least shooting-wise, but tonight's off to a nice start.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle thought that he jammed it somehow, was a little bit concerned about it, but he's getting back after the knee injury, Kevin, just hitting his stride right now, getting in great shape as he comes to contest the shot. And there's a guy who's been playing really well for Denver. The Wall has really been shooting the ball up, giving them a big lift.
Another player having a career year. Here is Stojakovic, who misses on his second 3-point offering. They just signed him a couple days ago. He hadn't played since late November, and his shooting in the 2 games he has played has been a little bit off, as Melo watches that go in and out. And Kidd once again, for a Dallas team that doesn't call a lot of plays, they kind of just go with the flow of the offense.
Absolutely. You know, this is called their push offense, and they'll just play out of it, and they have great spacing, guys that really know how to play. Good hustle there by Dirk to get the ball back.
Go for his own foot once again. That's a 3-on-1. Dirk, little hockey assist there. Stojakovic, and inside Tyson Chandler. And Chandler right now has found 4 points early on.
Yeah, again, I like him. He knows what to do. He doesn't take bad shots, Kevin. He goes to the rim every time. He really knows his game, and really where he shines is here on the defensive end.
Pick and roll with Nene. As Nowitzki was in there, Denver had missed the last 4 consecutive shots.
Yeah, you see Martin here chasing the ball out, and all of a sudden, Dirk hustles, gets back in. Kidd to Dirk, a little drop off, and if you want to find Tyson Chandler, look at the rim, because he'll be hanging around there. That's about his range. But the thing that impressed me about Tyson this year is shooting free throws so well, too. Shooting free throws at a high percentage. And again, I give him a lot of credit for the success that Dallas has had.
Looks like he might be dealing with a little bit of a jam there on his left hand. Chandler is having a terrific season, number 9 in NBA rebounds. As Nene puts those in, he's 2 of 2 right there. Home record for Denver of 21-7, and they really think they can catch teams when they play at home. The altitude and among other things, it really plays into the Nuggets' hand.
Oh, no question. This is a great home court advantage. You see Jay Kidd missing a 3 there. This is a great home court advantage for him. This altitude gets hard to play in. It takes you a while to get acclimated, especially on the second night of a back-to-back.
Over Nowitzki, Nene picked up by Kidd. Dallas comes the other way, having hit half their shots so far. Screened by Nowitzki. 0 of 3 Stojakovic and picked up by Chauncey. Phillips has been dealing with a bad left knee, but boy, he is off to the races tonight. He's got the stroke, 3 of 3, with 7 points to lead all scorers so far.
Boy, shot. He's just got a beautiful shot, got a great release, and they need him badly on this team. He's kind of I'd say he's the leader. Carmelo's the best player, Kevin, but really, wow, he just surprised me. Take that, Mikhail. I told him he hung around the rim all the time. He made a 16-footer for me. Great shot by Chandler. But Chauncey Billups, I think, is really the leader on this team. And how he goes is really a lot how Denver plays.
Chandler has 6 at the other end. He's watching the nay. Here is Billups, another 3. Kaboom! Chauncey Billups has started 4 of 4. He did not play last night in their loss in Oakland.
Yeah, I think that Coach Carl, talking to him, he was a little bit concerned about having him play back-to-back games right now. They thought tonight would be a little better, give him an extra day's rest yesterday. And boy, sure paying off right now, Kevin.
He had an MRI, did Billups on that left knee, showed no damage whatsoever. And so now here he has the steal, and Kidd pushing him off to the side and picks up his first personal foul.
Again, Kidd goes down to double team, and he doesn't come over, and you cannot leave Chauncey Billups alone at the top of that key. He is one of the best three-point shooters in the league. He has been for years, and boy, if you're going to double team, you got to come rotate over to him. But the thing where Denver's got it going right now, Kev, you rotate. They're looking for a clear path ball right here.
They got it.
But if you leave Chauncey and come over and double team with Afwalo's man, Afwalo's been shooting the ball so well from the 3. So anytime you can have 2 and 3 three-point shooters on that floor, boy, it really helps your court spacing.
What a season this has been. They're going to take a look at a replay real quick to see if indeed it was worthy of being called a clear path. But what a season this has been for the Denver Nuggets, who had their coach who missed a good portion of last season dealing with cancer treatment. Has come back this year, and then he's greeted with Carmelo Anthony not signing an extension of 3 years and $65 million. And so with every game that has gone by, and with the trading deadline just 14 days away, that coach George Karl and this team in Denver, coming in 7 games over 500, has had to deal with this constant, is he here? Is he going to go?
Yeah.
Is he going to stay? I mean, you can just see how that would wear on teams and coaches.
Oh, no question. I think Coach Karl's done a great job of keeping this team together. You got to remember also that they've missed games. Martin's missed 32 games. The Birdman's missed 32 games. They've missed their 2 inside presence players, and then you throw in the Carmelo thing on top of it. No one knows where he's going to go. These next 2 weeks here in Denver are going to be tough for the players to concentrate. I give the Nuggets a lot of credit, because when you have all that commotion going on, is the guy going to play here? Where's he going to go? It's just hard to concentrate. But he's kept them together. And he said, talking to him before the game, Kev, he said, you know what? No matter who's here, who's not here, we're going to compete. We're going to go out. We're going to knock some people on their backsides and try to win some basketball games. So he's got a great attitude about it.
And they've got a number 7 position right now in the Western Conference. They're right there. Cheryl Miller, what do you have?
Well, guys, just to follow up on what you've been saying about Carmelo Anthony. Yesterday, he indicated that he would take a real hard look at signing that 3-year, $65 million contract. Well, before the game, I was able to catch up with Melo and ask him point blank, do you plan on staying here? He said, Cheryl, it's officially out of my hands. I said, what does that mean? Is this the last time that you'll be wearing a Nuggets uniform? He said, Cheryl, my focus from here on out is to play hard, help my teammates win, but the decision is out of my hands, guys.
I wonder if the good stuff there, Cheryl. I wonder if that $65 million isn't looking more attractive when you've got a looming CBA that needs to be agreed upon, and maybe a different landscape financially, as Melo takes it right here, working on Stevenson, and Carmelo Anthony, who has played the first 6 minutes, has his first 2 points of the game right there.
Yeah, I love when Carmelo gets in the low post like that, because he gets down there, he uses his size. I wish he'd post up a little bit more. He's got size over Stevenson. He rises up. Nothing you do. Great shot by Melo.
Kevin McHale and Cheryl Miller. Kevin Harlan. A look at Rick Carlisle, who's got his team right now with a record of 37 and 15. Jason Terry has just checked in for the first time. He's been terrific off the bench and was great last night with, again, over 20 points. Here is Nowitzki working on a pretty good defender in Martin, picked up by Carmelo Anthony. 7-0 Denver run right now. So Dallas, as we said, a road record of 17 and 7. They lost a big part of their offense, and Caron Butler as they get a turnover here from Denver.
Oh yeah, here we go. Jason Kidd was at his best in the break, but no question. Stevenson's been making the three-pointer. There's my man again, right in front of the rim.
You're
a guy
right.
who's going to get there, and he made a 16-footer just to show he could. But Dallas had a great start to the season, Kev, and then Caron Butler got hurt, and Dirk Nowitzki got hurt at the same time. Then they went 2-7 with Dirk out of the lineup. They've kind of reinvented themselves on riding a 10-game winning streak. As Melo takes a shot, I don't like to see him take much. I don't like seeing him shoot threes. I like him right there attacking the basket.
Being aggressive, going right to the rim.
Absolutely. I think he's so much better when he's aggressive with the ball. But the Dallas Mavericks have, again, like I say, they're riding a 10-game streak right now and have found their rhythm again when it really looked like they were struggling. Great come over by Nene, a little block shot to protect the rim.
As we said, Terry is in. He's taking the place of Stojakovic, who missed his first 3 shots from the floor. We're approaching 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. And here is a follow. Kevin mentioned this earlier. He has a career high shooting threes, 45% this season.
Really knocking it down right now. And Coach Carlisle didn't like that. They left it a little early on the double team down there, and it's always that swing pass, Kevin, that gets that wide open three. And here it is. It's the swing. Afwalo's been making them all year long, and nothing but bottoms from the corner. Get turnovers and runouts, and then get turnovers and runouts. They're a very good team.
Martin couldn't get it to go. There was a foul on the play with the clock at 2:56. Nene picks up the foul. As you take a look at Chauncey Billups, who's got 12, but he assists this time to Nene. Part of the 25-12 Denver lead. Haywood is in for the first time, taking the place of Tyson Chandler. There's an interception. That's the 4th Dallas turnover. Here comes Billups the other way, who has been scoring well. Chris Anderson has checked in for the first time for the Denver Nuggets. And we're down to 2.5 to play here in the first quarter. J.R. Smith has come in 2 for Denver for the first time. Martin again in an alley-oop, can't find the handle. Here comes Jay Kidd. To Terry. To Stojakovic. 0 of 3. Knocks it in right there. It's going to take a while for him to get his stroke. He hadn't played in such a long time.
Yeah, really hasn't played any meaningful games since I think last November was last time he really played. But he's going to have to get himself in shape and get that shot going. When he's making shots, Kevin, he spreads the floor and again gives all those Dallas players a lot more room out there.
Playing his zone, Martin throws up an air ball right there, and Kidd keeps it alive. Here's Terry, who's been terrific in the 4th quarter. You take a look at the shooting right there. Billups comes out on Jason Terry. Screen by Haywood, opening up a shot for Kidd. Anderson right there. I don't even know if Anderson is 100% healthy for this Denver team.
No, he's been out. Chauncey pulls for another 3. And boy, Chauncey's got it stuck on automatic right now. And Chauncey's got 15 quick points in this first quarter. And as I said, I think the Nuggets really go as Chauncey goes. But yeah, I don't think Anderson's quite healthy yet. You're right, Kevin. He's just getting back his legs and getting back his feel.
So isn't it interesting, Dallas coming in, as we said, 10 consecutive wins, longest current active winning streak in the NBA. Haywood coming off a 7-point, 7-rebound performance last night, and Marion taps it back in. They're 37-15 are the Mavericks. You said they've kind of had to reshuffle the deck as the season has gone on, and they're number 2 in the Western Conference. I mean, they've had a sensational year so far.
Oh, I agree. I think they were playing as well as anybody as Chauncey lines up another one.
Oh! He has got the stroke tonight.
Wow, he sure does. Again, 18 points in the first quarter. He shot that one from Colorado Springs, baby. He was way out there.
Both teams have a foul to give with 40 seconds to play in this first quarter. Stojakovic, whose best years were with Sacramento, came from Toronto. And here is Sean Marion into Kenyon Martin.
Let's go, bro. Great defense by Kenyon right there. Just, didn't give him an inch, pushed him the whole time, and I say this is going up, yeah. That's called a heat check right there, Kevin. When you got it going like that, you come down and the coach says, go ahead and shoot it, baby. You got it going.
Green light.
Look where he's at. He's in Colorado Springs right now, and he says, I'm not getting any closer. He was up by the hash mark. Danny Ainge once told me, he shot from the hash mark. He said, Kevin, I was open. I said, you're going to be open every time if you're standing at the hash mark. I guess you got to guard Chauncey Billups from the hash, though.
Nowitzki's going to come in, and Marion will check out. Anderson just picked up his first personal foul. I think Marion got perhaps a shot on the lips and may have even been seemed to be bleeding a little bit, although I didn't see it in that picture right there. You know and as much about Phillips as anybody. You made a deal to get him back to Minnesota, which really resuscitated his career.
Yeah, and then he left Minnesota. Nice three-pointer there by Jason Kidd. Left Minnesota and really had great success under Coach Carlisle in Detroit. Really got his game really going.
Here comes Carmelo Anthony to a 5. And again, aggressively takes it to the right.
I love him when the ball's on the floor and he's attacking. He's impossible to guard. Too big, too strong, too quick. Too good.
Chauncey Billups with 18 first quarter points, 6 of 8 for the floor. He was terrific, as were the Nuggets, on top 33-19 at the end of one on team.
What happened out there?
Well, we got to find him. A couple of his threes came when we didn't finish off defensive possessions with defensive boards. And then once he gets going, he can hit from, way outside. So they're on a roll. We got to fight back.
Obviously, you said turnovers were going to be an issue. Too high right now?
Well, they're an issue when they happen, and they're forcing us into some, and we got to respond better. They're bringing a real disposition to the game, and we've got to match it.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, Joe, here we go as Anderson is found inside and comes up with a couple for the Denver Nuggets. Up now 35-19.
That's the second slip out of a pick you've had. Kenyon Martin started the game out with that same slip out. So right now Denver is setting the screen, Kevin, and they're slipping the screen. They're not waiting for it. And the backside of the Dallas Mavericks defense isn't awake right now. They've got to get over there and stop that.
Nowitzki is in with Marion and Haywood. And here is J.J. Barea, who put in 20 points, 15 in the fourth quarter last night in the 2-point Dallas win in Sacramento. Nowitzki, Barea. Sean Marion is out there. Terry remains in the game. Double on Haywood. Nice move right there. He's had a couple of lackluster games, played pretty well last night. Mahinmi didn't even come in off the bench for this Dallas team, and now he gets the first center off the bench duties for Rick Carlisle again tonight for Dallas.
Yeah, and he's got a big size advantage over Harrington, so maybe they'll dump the ball into him a few more times and let him get in there and ready to get in. I like Melo's disposition tonight. He's attacking. He's not selling for threes. He's putting the ball on the floor. He's getting that mid-range game where he is just great.
Harrington's in with Anderson, J.R. Smith, Carmelo, and Chauncey Billups in the contest. That is the Denver 5. A little more than a minute into the second quarter. The foul goes on Anderson for the second time.
Yeah, he's got L. Harrington. He's just too big and strong for L, so he puts it on there and gets to the rim. And this is what he talked about, Kevin. I love when Melo gets in there. He's just got that mid-range game where he can get in and he can make shots. He makes plays, and he's so much, to me, a more dangerous player when he's putting the ball on the floor and attacking as opposed to settling for a long jump shot.
Because?
Makes the defense really scramble. He puts pressure on you. He gets to the line. And I like that he gets to the line. Nice move inside by the big fella Haywood, but got to finish that off.
Here comes J.R. Smith. We know he can get hot. Comes off the bench with this ball club. Harrington had a nice night last night with a lot of energy and 18 points in the Nuggets' loss at Golden State. They go inside and continually battling. It's Carmelo Anthony. And a timeout taken by Dallas again with about 2 minutes gone as Denver has got their biggest lead tonight. 18 points on top of highly regarded Dallas on TNT. Very efficient tonight with the ball. Not only has their defense stood out, but their 11 assists against 2 turnovers, as you see some defense here by Anderson.
That's
so
what
efficient on offense, and then there's the defense.
That's what the Birdman brings them, and that's what they missed for 32 games with him being out, that rim protector. Birdman can really block shots. You see they're trying to go for a foul and makes a circus shot as he doesn't get the foul call.
Nowitzki will be in his 10th All-Star game. He's 11th in scoring right now in the NBA is Nowitzki. And a couple of off nights, he had been 60% for 6 consecutive games shooting. This third turnover right there for Denver. That's a travel on Harrington, who, as I said before, last night played with a little bit of energy against that Golden State team. When he does play with energy, he is terrific. And George Karl told us not too long ago about Harrington. He says he's been great for our locker room as well.
Yeah, no, he's the guy you can bring out the bench and will score and can score in bunches. When he gets hot, he's another guy that Denver has that can really put up big numbers quick.
Switch on defense, and the quick-moving J.J. Barea went right around the defense of Anderson, who was reaching in. And he is aerodynamically designed with that mohawk, is Anderson. That is the 3rd foul on him.
I always wanted to have my hair like that.
You
But I just couldn't.
dreamt of having your hair like
I
that.
did. I couldn't get it to stand up that straight. It's hard to do. That takes a little product right there.
It takes more than that, my friend. A little bit of imagination as well. Here comes Berea. Hasn't he been terrific of late for Dallas?
Yeah, he's another guy that they feel really comfortable. Great pass right there. That's what Marion needed. Marion needed just a little bunny there to get himself going. But there's another guy that Coach Carlisle feels he can close games out with Berea. Berea had a big 4th quarter last night, and they feel really comfortable with their team in that 4th quarter. I sense Dallas is going to start picking up the defense right now and getting a little better. Nice split right there, drops it off. And boy, when you're struggling, nothing like a dunk to get yourself going, and hopefully they'll get the matrix on a roll.
Nene checks in for Anderson, who's got the foul issues early now. And Nene will work on Haywood. And Ty Lawson launching the long shot, won't get it to go. And altitude up here, I know, is something that visiting teams always talk about. This is the 2nd in the back-to-back. It's even probably double that Rick Carlisle's going to watch his team tonight dealing with the altitude.
No question, especially on the backside of a back-to-back here coming up here. And he'll play a lot of guys, and he'll do this, though. He'll play zone. You can see them. They're in a little 2-3 zone right now. They're going to get back. They feel very comfortable with this as Marion gets his hand on the ball. They'll play a lot of zone.
Saves the legs, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Berea into Smith for a 2nd consecutive possession. J.J. Berea comes up with it. He's out of Northeastern. Steal by Marion. Long arms and finding nice transition points.
Key right now that Dallas got a couple of turnovers, got themselves going right now. And again, they're in the zone, they're laying back, and the Matrix still has good speed, shoots the passing lane, goes down and gets his 2nd easy dunk in the quarter.
8-0 run by Dallas.
I said early in the year, he's going to play a lot of zone. He's going to save his guys' legs. And as you said, Kevin, on the 2nd night of a back-to-back, especially in Colorado, it's a big thing. Now you're going to see where the zone works as he starts going. Now look at where he's going. You can load up on the zone, and they're all in great position. Now we'll clear that and watch him come in. And now Berea shoots the gap right here, gets the layup, and they're off and running. And any time your defense can turn into 2 points, you start getting on runs. And that's what I said a couple minutes ago, Kevin. You can see a run started a little bit in Dallas in the zone, and they came out now. They went back to man just to switch it up in case George drew up a play for the zone.
And that zone defense, as we see a long shot here by Aflalo from 3. And Nene comes up with it, and they go back inside. With about 4 minutes gone here in the 2nd quarter, J.R. Smith finds a double on the perimeter. More hands, another turnover. 4 in a row by Denver. Berea keeps that dribble going, and the trailing Terry for 3. That's a good shot. Boy, has it. Dallas use that zone to perfection. Great transition offense.
Again, their defense is turning into offense for them, and they're getting back, getting into their offense, and getting it set, and getting a shot up before Denver can even get back. We're back to man right now, Kevin.
Nene. There is Smith, who has not scored as of yet. In fact, he hasn't shot. Nene. Nice assist from Smith. That stops an 11-0 run by the Dallas Mavericks. That zone defense can hide some defensive deficiencies as well, can't it?
Oh, it sure can, and it hides tired legs. They got in late last night, and like I say, Dallas is not afraid to play it. You'll see it a lot throughout the course of the game. Yep, here you come again. It's a great stunt by Marion. And look at it, Berea again gets his hands on the ball. They come out, and they're off to the races. And I like this play. He takes it out. Terry's now stepping into a 3. And look at the offensive, you go up, you got space, you got guys crashing the board. That's a great 3-pointer by Jason Terry right there, set up by Berea.
Nene picks up his 2nd. Billups will come in for Smith. And DIRK for 3. This is over Lawson and picked up by Chauncey Billups. Nuggets are +5 in rebounding so far. 18 points first quarter by Billups. Here's a 3 by Lawson, who you like a lot.
Yeah, I do. He's just a tempo changer. He's a good 3-point shooter, but he's quick on quick and will push the ball.
Real shifting his way through, and he finds a nice deuce inside as Jay Kidd watches from the wing. The bench of Dallas has been terrific. Plus 13 points tonight on Denver.
They really rely on their bench, and you know, Coach Carlisle was saying there, as you see it, Terry comes up behind and gets Chauncey on a foul. But one thing that I talked to Carlisle a lot, he's a good friend of mine. He said when he got Barea to start doing this right there, breaking the defense down and letting the play happen, he said, JJ, you're dancing with the ball enough, you're not breaking the defense down. His goal for JJ is to get in the paint, and then, you know what, if no one comes, you lay it in. If someone comes, you make the play.
Here's Chauncey at the line, the second best free thrower in the NBA at 92%. As we take a look at the national TV schedule, ESPN tomorrow night, Lakers at the New York Knicks. That should be a doozy. Then Phoenix against Utah. NBA TV Saturday, Charlotte and Atlanta. That's coming up. Miami, Boston, Lakers, Orlando on ABC on Sunday. Some very nice games. And that Laker-Orlando game should have a little bit of intrigue to it as well.
Ooh, a lot of intrigue. That'll be a fun game to watch.
Barea and Terry, Haywood, Marion, Nowitzki. That's the Dallas 5, approaching the halfway point of this second quarter. Nene and Aflalo. Harrington is in, Lawson and Billups. Great dive inside by Marion.
Yeah, he's going to be a guy that's really going to have to play well for him coming down the stretch. I think, you know, when Butler went out, Marion's going to get a lot of minutes, and they're going to have to rely on him. As you see Harrington miss a shot, to rely on him to score the ball, guard people, and really be active for the Dallas Mavericks.
Marion's got 6 in the quarter. Here is Barea launching the triple and picked up by Nene. 30 and 23 record for Denver. 5 wins in back of last year's pace. The drive by Nene. Picked up by Billups. Dallas is 5 wins better than at the same time a season ago. That's a triple. Put in by Ty Lawson out of North Carolina.
Ty can make that shot now. You know, that was the big rap on him coming out of North Carolina, that he wasn't going to be able to shoot the three. He's worked really hard, and he shoots the three with good accuracy, and he's got such great speed. He's always open out there. You should never push up on him.
How fast is he baseline to baseline? Ooh, he's a blur. Terry. Marion. Shot clock at 2. Working on Aflalo, a very good defensive player. Haywood got it to go. Nice play inside by Brendan Haywood out of North Carolina. Working on Nene, who picks up his 3rd foul.
Here you go, the Matrix. Always going to come back to that right hand over that left shoulder. And then there's Haywood just working, hanging around the basket. You know what, Kevin? If you're 7 foot and you hang around that basket, a lot of good things happen, big guy.
You know about that, don't you?
Yeah, I'd like it right in front of the rim. A lot of good things happen in front of the rim.
Well, we have the #1 team in free throw attempts in Denver against a team like Dallas that rarely gets to the free throw line.
Yep.
And case in point right here, this is the first free throw attempt tonight for the Dallas Mavericks.
That's one thing Dallas doesn't do. They will not put the other team on. They don't foul a lot on defense, and they don't get to the line much themselves. And right now you got Haywood at the line, and Ryan Cardinal checked in. And you know what? When things get a little bit dirty, you bring in the custodian. And right now, Ryan Cardinal, the custodian, is in the game.
Doug Collins used to call him the janitor. You call him the custodian.
Well, it sounds a little better than janitor, you know?
Here comes Lawson inside from the wing. Pumping his way for 2. And Barea was defending on the play. JJ will pick it up.
Exactly. JJ looks at the pick, and boy, I tell you, when you're a guard out there, you cannot look at the pick. He took his eyes off Lawson. He looked for the pick. He was looking for some help from the big guy, and Lawson just took it to the rack and got a chance for an N1.
All right, Chandler's going to come in for Haywood. You take a look at Ty Lawson right there. We talked about the free throw attempts and where Dallas ranks. Carmelo has come back in. Martin is in the game. Aflalo and Ty Lawson. That's the 5 for Denver. Barea remains with Terry, the custodian, along with Chandler and Kidd. It's not every day you can call every player the custodian. And Chandler, right at the doorstep again, got the good feed, finds 2, and that's where you love him to pitch a tent and put up some points. And Anthony picks up the foul.
They're pushing a baseline on the pick and roll, Denver is, and so Chandler does what you're supposed to do. His man leaves him to force the baseline on the trap. He goes to the front of the rim, and when you're not guarded, big guys, go to the front of the rim, please. You're going to occupy somebody. If they don't come get you, you got to lay up.
Sounds like the playing for the World Championship gold medal winning U.S. team really added his confidence this past summer.
Agreed 100%. Was in great shape, played all summer. I mean, he had foot injuries and other things that really bothered him. He was able to work out all summer, and he came into Dallas in great shape. And like I say, I think he's been the heart and soul of his team defensively.
It's Carmelo Anthony putting in another point right there. He's got 12, 6 of 10 in 16 minutes for Carmelo. Comes in as the 8th leading scorer in the NBA. Well, you couldn't tell from his scoring that he's got a lot of other things on his mind, could you? Speaking of Anthony.
Well, you sure couldn't. It's Custodian lines up a three and knocks it down in the far corner.
How about that?
That is baby Brian Cardinal, great guy out of Purdue, and I coached him, and he's just a wonderful person to be around. And well, he's got his hands full now regarding Carmelo Anthony.
And his coach here loves him too, Rick Carlisle. Billups for 3. He's hit 4 already, all in the first quarter. Kidd, Terry checks up along 2 and gets his own miss. Terry, who was starting early in the season, went to the coach and said, you know what, put me off the bench, bring in Stevenson. When they did that, things changed. Berea takes it right into the teeth, and the defense of Martin. He'll go to the line with that hard-nosed dribble drive inside for Dallas.
Here's the old swing. Brian Cardinal, the custodian from Purdue, lining up the 3 and knocking it down. And that's what he does. He's a coach's dream. He'll do everything you ask him to do. Great locker room guy, and it's all about team first for Brian Cardinal.
Fans reminding you that TNT is your exclusive home for the NBA All-Star Game and all the All-Star activities and the performances. It all starts next weekend from Staples Center in Los Angeles. Berea, undrafted, played in the Dominican Republic and in Puerto Rico. He was a terrific player in college, but his size scared some people away. But Carlisle was telling us tonight, you know, he plays bigger than his size.
Rick Carlisle said he may be small in stature, but he's got a big heart. And right now, he's going to have to battle Chauncey with everything he's got, because Chauncey's got a size advantage. Good skip pass there by Carmelo. Had a good shot in the corner by J.R. Smith.
Martin lands some wood there. There's a follow hand rule because of the Martin screen. Terry with a good-looking stroke outside, and Terry has played 15 minutes. He's got 6 points off the bench for Carlisle. Final 3 minutes of the first half. Mentioned this before, Denver, the #1 scoring team in the NBA, losing last night, but coming in tonight, jumped off to an early 18-point lead. The zone defense for the Mavericks took over, and it gives us this score late in the first half on TNT.
And the bench got the Mavericks back in the game. Their starters got them in a hole, and the bench dug them out of the hole. It's a 1-point game right now.
Dallas has outscored Denver in the last 7 minutes, 28-11. Nice looking shot right there by Chauncey Billups. Had 18 in the first quarter, has 4 here in the second. They've rested him a little bit more. Kidd and Berea, Chandler, Cardinal, and Terry, the Dallas 5. Nice turnover right there. Melo against Cardinal with the trailing Martin. Kenyon Martin couldn't get it, and Cardinal got in the way, and Cardinal will pick up the foul for Dallas, #1.
They're coming in a little 3-on-1. Nice drop back by Melo. You know, you like to see Melo making those plays right here. He gets it back, and Cardinal does the right thing. Just grab him, don't give him 2, make him earn it from the free throw line. But you know, that's what makes Melo, teammates like Melo. He's got a chance to probably lay that up. What does he do? He drops it off to Martin and keep playing the team game. And with all everything swirling around Carmelo, it's nice to see him keep getting his teammates involved and doing everything he can to try to help his team win.
He's been terrific, even with all this, as you say, swirling around. As we take you right now back to our TNT arena to the award-winning Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. Ernie?
Thank you very much, Kevin. The Golden State Warriors have now lost in their last 11 trips to Phoenix. Steve Nash had 11 assists in a blowout win. Phoenix over Golden State. You're just minutes away from the T-Mobile halftime report. Charles and Kenny will be here to break down the first 24 minutes in Denver. We'll wrap up the night with Inside the NBA after the Mavs and Nuggets. Now back to Denver, where Kevin is in cahoots with the other Kevin.
I know, and that is not good. Backdoor days in Minnesota.
Yes, yeah, it's never good when the cahoots comes out.
Here's Dirk Nowitzki who puts that in. Dirk has played 15 tonight, 4 of 6 with his 8 points. Mavericks having a 65% shooting second quarter here in Denver. It really took them the first quarter, I think, to kind of catch their breath with this altitude.
No question. We talked about it. They went zone a little bit, got a little bit of rhythm, started scoring off their defense, and again, another turnover right here. Jay Kidd's going to end up with this ball. That guy's got hands like steel.
How about Jason Kidd? Down there diving for it. Berea playing quality minutes tonight. And with Billups coming out on Nowitzki, this is Terry with Lawson on him. Chandler with the rebound, and a follow is called for the foul. He picks up number 1.
And you know, Jay Kidd's down here, and it's a mismatch. Melo's way bigger than him, but like I said, he's got hands like steel traps, Jason Kidd. When that ball's on the ground, I'm telling you, he ends up with it more often than not. Again, their defense is starting to turn into offense for him, Kevin, and that's when you make runs, and that's when you get back in the game. And boy, they looked dead in the water in that first quarter, but they fought back right now, got a chance to take the lead.
Hey, fans, don't miss the T-Mobile. Is that magenta carpet? Okay, magenta carpet at the NBA All-Star game and weekend in Los Angeles this coming Sunday, February 20th from 5 to 8 Eastern Time. Live coverage will begin on NBA TV at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I shouldn't say this Sunday, but coming up in 2 Sundays from now. It's going to be upon us before we know it, though. You know it is. You'll be out there. All of our terrific people from NBA TV, C-Web and EJ, the Jet, Charles, Reggie Miller, and Steve Kerr, and the voice of the NBA, Mark Albert. There's truly, Cheryl Miller will be there. David Aldridge will be there. A cast of thousands.
An extravaganza,
An extravaganza. Terry picks up his 3rd foul. Looks like Melo is trying to get some feeling in that hand. And I mean, I can't figure out how he can keep his style of play at such a high level when every day he is bombarded with the questions and probably the looks of his teammate. I mean, it's only human for these guys in that locker room to think, I mean, is he in? Is he out? Is he with us? Is he against it? And where do we stand with this guy?
And the worst thing about it, Kevin, and now some of his teammates like Chauncey are being lumped with him, and all of a sudden Chauncey doesn't want to leave here. Chauncey's from here. He loves the Denver area, and so I agree. The one thing I'll say about Carmelo Anthony, though, he's just a natural scorer. That guy scores the ball so easily, and I think it has all this turmoil has more of an effect on his teammates, I think, than it does on him. I think he's able to go out there and just play himself, but I just have a sense that I think they want this to be resolved one way or the other here in Denver.
Yeah, who can George Karl count on then as another voice in that locker room? Because Billups has usually kind of changed the culture of this team. Correa with a great move inside. He may be the smallest guy on the floor, but he's been so far huge for the Dallas Mavericks. Anthony picks up his 2nd foul, and Barea is put in 8 with 4 assists off the bench for Carlisle.
How does a 5'9" man post up just like this?
Does he?
Just like this, Kevin. Dribbling, going left, getting a spin, getting the hack on the rim, taking Melo to the front of the rim, and tell you what, if he was 7 foot, he'd be unstoppable.
He played with the little guy in Boston who had, I mean, obviously we're not comparing Barea with Tiny Archibald, but I mean, it's funny what a little guy in this game can do.
I agree. I mean, that is just a great move in there. Like you say, Coach Carlisle said he may be small, but he's got a great big heart.
And they admire that. Look at him going back. We're like in a rubber band going from one defensive assignment to the other. Aflalo, Nowitzki on the defensive switch. Even with that big hand in the face of Aflalo, knocks down a 2-point shot right there. And Aflalo in a starting role with 5.
Even though they made that shot, the Dallas defense is much more active. Hands are active. They're engaged in this game right now.
They've caught their breath.
Yes.
Barea, a 3. Good! J.J. Barea. How about his first half performance? All 12 coming in this 2nd quarter.
And fuego as they go back in the zone.
A little Espanol at us if you want to. See. Here comes the driving Billups. Lawson picked up by Kidd. That's a 3 by Melo. Carmelo Anthony with 17. Billups with 22. 11 for Melo in the 2nd quarter. What a terrific first half we've seen here.
A half of runs with Barea going in there.
We're seeing some block shots. We're seeing some creative defense. We're seeing the little man score. We're seeing the big name players fire and hit.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of everything.
And you see Kenyon Martin barking at him a little bit, saying, hey, quit trying to post me up.
And they listen.
Absolutely.
Former college basketball player of the year, Martin from Dallas with a great interception. Will they get it to go? Good if it counts. It won't go, and that ends. That was an enjoyable first half.
A game of big runs. Denver came out with a big run to start it off, and then Dallas got engaged. The defense, 2-3 zone got them going, and they made a run. It's going to be a fun second half.
The Nuggets led by 18. Dallas came back a 17-point swing over the last 10 minutes of the quarter. At the end of the first half on TNT, the Nuggets by 1.
Did a great job, again, led by Barea.
Carlisle's team shot 63%, Cheryl, in that second quarter. What do you have?
Well, Coach Carl certainly didn't say that anything was little about J.J. Barea's game, especially in that second quarter. He said we allowed their shooters to finally find their rhythm, but the one thing you guys have already mentioned, their bench is kicking our bench. Couldn't use the other word, guys.
I got you. Thank you. It's a family show. Thank you so much. Here is Barea, who starts this second half in place of Stojakovic. And of course, there's a good steal by Carmelo, and he'll glide in for the 2.
Nice defense by Denver. Came out, double teamed the ball, and Melo played that center fielder, and he snuck in there and got it. And again, when your defense can turn into offense, boy, you can get some runs going in this league.
All anticipation.
Yep.
Barea again, he had the 20 points last night. We told you that before. 15 came in the fourth quarter against Sacramento. Oh, slammed in by Chandler, uncovered on the wing. And Tyson Chandler putting his fingerprints on this game inside for Dallas.
Absolutely, hanging out, cleaning up a little bit of a mess there. Marion threw it up, had an air ball, and Tyson Chandler was there to slam it back.
Saw the points in the paint. Dallas +6 in that category. Martin Aflalo, Renee, Anthony, Chauncey Billups, the 5 out there for Denver. Renee doubled. Kidd knocked it away and got all ball. And so now they've got Kidd leading the charge. Barea for 3. Wow, he has been, over the last 5 games, on an incredible run.
He's kicking bench.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. Half gone here in the third quarter. Anthony with the swipe of Marion. He still got that away. Another rebound pulled down by Chandler. That's number 8. Chandler's got 14 points and 8 rebounds. There's so many combinations that Carlisle uses, and certainly has used tonight.
He's so comfortable with so many different players, and that's why I love Coach Carlisle. He'll throw anybody out there. He changes up. He'll go big. He'll go small. And Rick was a teammate of mine years ago with the Boston Celtics, and just a great guy, and really has done a nice job everywhere he's been. Every place he's stopped, Indiana, Detroit, and here, he's had success, and the players really enjoy playing for him.
Nene just picked up his 4th personal foul. He will stay in. As you just saw, the numbers for Barea steadily climb, and here was a shot by Marion, retrieved by Chandler. Barea once again. Dirk tonight has gone 4 of 6 as he was being shoved inside, and Carmelo was being pretty physical inside. Anthony picks up number 4, making number 3. Barea, good feed, and in stride. That basket by Chandler, who now has 16, puts Dallas up with their biggest lead tonight of 4.
A pick and a good roll. So many guys pick and pop. Chandler said, I'm not a jump shooter. I roll to the front of the rim, and a great delivery by JJ.
Well, the delivery is important as Martin puts up a little spinner here. But Chandler, to make that thing go, the timing of his run, right? That's a big thing for the big man.
No question. The timing of his run, and just able to catch the ball in stride and finish. He did that with Chris Paul when he was at New Orleans, and he's another finisher right there going the whole hard in Kenyon Martin. But Tyson Chandler did so much of that with Chris Paul in New Orleans. He had a great feel for when to roll. He's coming here and he's doing the same thing in Dallas and making Barea's life and Jason Kidd's life very easy. You pick up 2 and 3 assists a game just hitting him on those rolls.
You've brought up a real fascinating thing here about a big man timing, because the thing you watch, of course, is the pass, and you go, wow, what a great pass. And they are. But they're only good because the timing of the big man who's reading the pass and knows where he's got to go. I mean, that's a real skill.
There's no question. Tyson Chandler's ability to wait and dive at the right time. He doesn't dive too soon, doesn't dive too late. There are times he'll set the pick and he'll make a little bit of a V cut. He'll start gliding out and then he cuts hard.
Wow.
He really has a great sense of when to cut to put the optimum pressure on the defense right at the rim.
That's a little nuance of the game, which I think is just so fascinating. And he, of course, Had a terrific night again tonight. Nowitzki puts up his second foul. Here is Barea playing with Kidd. Screen. Chandler at the pick and roll this time. Nowitzki for three. Good offensive rebound by Sean Marion.
In his younger days, he made a living on that offensive glass. The Matrix would go in there and clean up everything. We talked about in the first half, they're going to need him to really play well for them after Ron Butler went out, and they're going to need Marion to have big games for him all the way here throughout the rest of the season, ending in the playoffs.
Denver is the number 7 team right now in the Western Conference, but they have lost 5 of their last 7. Good dive inside by Chauncey Billups, who didn't play last night because of a left knee ailment. 24 points to lead Denver.
Started off on fire. Now he's adding some flashing to the hoop, and he gets awful hard to guard when he's doing that. And again, nice post ups. The Matrix, Sean Marion getting down there, and that quick, he's always had that quick jump and all those little flip shots. He gets up before the defense gets set.
That quick release is something. Here comes Billups, who's from Denver, was a 3-time high school player of the year in the state of Colorado. Anthony with a triple. Carmelo Anthony with 22.
He scores so easily, and I tell you what, I don't even like when he shoots threes and he makes them. I like when he's attacking more, but he's such a versatile and such an explosive scorer.
Anderson came in a couple minutes ago for Nene. We told you he had the 4 personal fouls. Good ball movement by Dallas here. That defense moving. Chandler inside, and he was shoved. Anderson caught just a little bit of him. He picks up number 4.
Yeah, offensive rebound leads to a lot of threes, but I mean, this is where Melo's so dangerous. I mean, Sean Marion's sizing him up, thinking, boy, this guy can put it on the floor. He can beat me off the dribble. What do I do? You back up a half a step, and Melo knocks down the 3 on you.
You know, you've been a coach. Larry Bird has been a coach. Rick Carlisle, all former Celtics. Danny Ainge has been a coach.
Dennis Johnson was coaching in the D-League.
Yep. What did you know, or did you feel that Carlisle, was he kind of a thinking man's player when he played with you in Boston?
Yeah, no question. Yeah. I mean, he had a great feel for the game, and he was a fun guy to be around. The thing that he did that I enjoyed, you talk basketball all the time. You'd go out after games and talk ball. You'd sit around during the day and talk basketball strategy, what works, what doesn't work. Why do you think that would work? Why would this work against this team but not against that team? And all those conversations you have, you knew he had a great basketball mind.
Well, you know, those tradition-rich teams in Boston, I would imagine that got to be as Marion picks up a foul right there, that got to be something that you as players of the Celtics would rely on. The Dave Cowens, even Red Auerbach, I'm assuming, would come in and talk a lot of talk basketball. Something I don't know what the young players do now, but you guys did back then.
Kevin, my first year, Casey Jones was an assistant coach. Tommy Heinsohn and Bob Cousy did the television, and you would sit around, and Sam Jones would be on the road, Bill Russell would be on the road. You'd walk in, and you'd have Hall of Famers talking basketball, moving salt shakers around, saying, you should do this and do that. And you see a beautiful alley-oop pass there from Martin to Melo. But Lawson comes in and gets a great steal. But to finish up that story, it was a great way to learn the game as he takes another 3 that I don't like him. I don't like him shooting them, and he's making them all.
Another triple. 27 for Carmelo Anthony. And just like that, Denver has jumped back on top by 2.
McHale, what are you talking about? I can't shoot 3. Knocking it down, looking around, enjoying himself. Melo's on fire.
And already tonight in the 3rd. We're approaching the halfway point of the 3rd. Kidd hoisting a 3. Martin comes up with it. And think of the season for Carmelo Anthony. You know, first of all, the conjecture about the trade and his request and turning down the extension, at least initially. He missed 5 games earlier in the season with the death of his sister. Very emotional. Yep. The trade talk we've talked about, and there you see where he ranks among great third-quarter scorers. But, you know, he's gone through himself a lot. And, you know, there's a lot on the plate for a lot of these guys, as Lawson is now in the game for them.
Yeah, no, great takes there by Lawson. Baseline drive there. He got a little mixed up on the defensive coverage. Lawson takes advantage. I agree, but, you know, Carmelo is such a gifted scorer, Kevin. I don't think it's hard for him to score the ball in the NBA game. I mean, he can go out and get 25 very, very easily. He's just so gifted and scores in so many different ways.
That's deflected by Carmelo. There was a whistle away from the ball. 3-second violation down low. Marion before had picked up his 2nd personal foul. Denver's on a 10-2 run. And we keep talking about how hard it is for Carmelo's teammates to deal with all this as JT's going to check back in. The Jet how hard would it be to coach in a situation for George Karl? I mean, this, he's had his own obvious physical woes, and now he's greeted as he comes back from that with this and trying to get this team up, knowing a guy may be gone who happens to be the centerpiece of your team.
I can't imagine how hard it is. I mean, you're trying to get ready. And again, we talked about a little earlier, Kevin. I mean, you got this guy with the ball right there, Chauncey Billups' name, getting thrown around as Anderson misses the baseline jump shot. You have your whole team being thrown out there in trade talk and stuff. It's so hard to concentrate. In this league, it takes ultimate concentration and teamwork to win games. And I give George Karl a lot of credit keeping his team together.
Marion with the runner. Sean has been effective tonight. He's played 17 minutes. He's got 14 points on 12 attempts. 14, he's got 6 coming in this third quarter alone. 5.5 to play. Martin working on Davitsky. And Kenyon Martin, Cheryl Miller has put in 6. What do you have to add to the story?
And you guys, it's interesting. You mentioned Chauncey Billups, who the team holds the option for, but Kenyon Martin, J.R. Smith, free agents. Nene can opt out. Aaron Aflalo is restricted. And you know what? George Karl said, before the game that basketball isn't fair, but he's having to juggle all this in the locker room.
That's really a good point. They've got a lot of guys in kind of another lane, so to speak, and where they're going to go. Look at Berea. That's a foul. And it's going to be defensively called on the Denver Nuggets as you take a look at the potential free agents that Cheryl Dean was just talking about as Anderson picks up his 5th personal foul for the Nuggets.
Yeah, you talk about the Carmelo situation, but you have all these free agents right now that are wondering what's going to happen to them, and there's so much going on with this Denver Nuggets team. For them to have the record they have, again, with Martin being out, Anderson being out, Melo missing some games, Chauncey missing some games, they've been able to hold it together and really put together a solid season so far. And I heard Charles at halftime talking about it, said, if they had everything together, all their pieces and everybody's heads on right, could they be the 2nd or 3rd best team in the Western Conference? Kevin, the talent.
Interesting. Yeah, Harrington is coming for Anderson. Cardinal is coming for Nowitzki. 2 changes right there. What do you think?
I think they could. I really do. 2 years ago, when they went to the finals, and as Terry has to put up the 3, and nothing like shooting it late in the shot clock, as Jason Terry says, take some of that with you.
He's had a nice string as Jason Terry, 22 last night in Sacramento in the 2-point Dallas win. Mavericks come in having won 10 consecutive games, the longest current streak in the NBA. More Dallas defense. Numbers the other way, 3-on-2. Kidd to Terry. This is the 2nd double-digit winning streak, by the way, that Dallas has had this season. And Chandler. Marion, even when the ball's knocked out of Chandler's hand, there's the vacuum of Marion to toss it back up and through.
Chandler's trying to tell us a score. That was a pass.
Yeah.
Chandler said that was a pass. That was my magical slip. Give me an assist.
You're always fighting for the numbers, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Fill every category. Under 4 to play here in the 3rd. Denver for the game, 52% from the floor. Chauncey Billups had 18 in the 1st quarter. Billups has 24 for the game. He's 8 of 13.
Here's that assist to get right off my hip, right to Sean Marion. You say, come on, give me an assist, ref, or official scorer.
How about another double-double for Chandler? He's got 5 double-doubles in the last 7 games. He's got 18 and 10 tonight. What a terrific story. He had to have some all-star consideration. He had to. As well as he's played for this team this year.
Coach Carlisle was really hitting that button hard, the all-star button for Chandler. You know what? And I really do believe that he should have got some consideration. He wasn't going to make the team, but at least give him a shout out, Kevin, and you did a good job.
Yeah. Smith comes in for Ty Lawson. Chandler 6 points, 5 rebounds in this 3rd quarter alone. The driving Kidd. Jason Kidd with a left hand.
Wow, he put a degree of difficulty on that one. He couldn't lay that one up with his right hand, but he did the left hand off the glass. Beautiful shot.
Kidd is 2 of 7. Another turnover by Denver. They've got 9. But Dallas has cashed in, it seems, every time they've turned it over. In fact, that's the case. They're plus 9 points in points off turnovers is Dallas tonight. Terry the 3. Good! Jason Terry as the Jet puts in a 2nd triple. Off the bench, 19 minutes and 12 points tonight.
And he extended the landing gear, Kevin, on the way back down. Yeah, he's getting excited. When he starts making shots, the landing gear comes out. He's feeling good about it.
It's when the landing gear isn't deployed that there are problems.
Exactly.
Here's Anthony. Harrington can't get it. And Dallas comes the other way. Marion Well, Sean has got a real jump in his step tonight. He's feeling that game that he showed so well in Phoenix for so many years.
Absolutely. Here you go in. Jay Kidd says right-handed. Nah, left-handed, spinning off the glass. And the Jet lines it up, knocks it down. Extendo's landing gear. The Jets coming in for a landing after the three-pointer.
10-0 run by the Mavs.
You'll enjoy it. And like I say, Chuck made an unbelievable pick.
There's Nowitzki. He's got only 8 points tonight. Scored well last night. Right wrist may still be an issue, but he's getting help from the bench. The bench of Dallas has been sensational. They're shooting 56%, 51 points tonight. That's the 5th three-point hit for Chauncey Billups tonight for Denver.
Boy, I tell you what, you do not want to leave Chauncey tonight. I know they came over. Carmelo Anthony had a little bit of a mismatch there going one-on-one, but leave anybody else in the gym tonight. Do not leave Chauncey.
Well, no one else is scoring. Anthony's got 27. Billups has got 27. No one even close to double figures after that. Sean Marion is playing a lights-out game. 21 minutes, 9 of 14, 19 points and 5 rebounds.
And great defense against Carmelo. He is really locking him up and playing solid defense. And great game tonight by Sean Marion.
You see that 53-9 the bench? Here is Carmelo with his 29th.
That's when I love him.
Aggressive. Yeah.
Putting his head down and just playing bully ball.
Doug Collins always said the same thing too. Just take that thing in there and drive it.
Put your shoulder in his chest and say, take some of that with you. Ooh, I like when you growl like that. Jeez, get excited.
I like when he gets down there and begins to really get physical with those guys. Yep. Takes that ball in with authority. Marion feeling it, working on Anthony. Let's go. Harrington, good steal by Kidd. And why not? Jason Kidd is number 4 all-time in the history of pro basketball in steals. Foul goes on Billups.
Absolutely, going in there, and I tell you, nice move by, nice patience there by Sean Marion. And this is when I love Melo. I mean, that's a 7-foot 1-inch guy he's doing that. And Tyson Chandler just going in, and he's so strong, he just shields him off with his body and lays it in. And I love when Melo is being aggressive and going to the hole.
So here's Jay Kidd at the free throw line. The national TV schedule: Lakers and Knicks. That's tomorrow. Phoenix and Utah. I gotta tell you, it's great to have the Knicks as a relevant team in the league again, isn't it? I mean, the league is just stronger when New York is good.
Yeah, they're fun to watch. I mean, Mike D'Antoni's style lends itself to scoring up and down. You have highlight plays all the time. Stoudemire's found a rhythm there, and you know, Raymond Felton, another guy, get a little all-star. Didn't make it, but we should give him a shout-out, saying he really's had a good first half of the season.
How about the MVP race? I mean, it's about as unsettled as I can ever recall with about 30 games remaining.
Yeah, it's going to settle itself down these last 30 games.
I'm sure
somebody will explode. And again, going to the hole,
how about
taking it home.
explosions?
And end one, and I just love when this guy drives the ball. He's so clever with it, and he's unstoppable in this free throw line area. Puts his head down. I mean, he's shrugging bodies off, throwing people out of the way as he goes there, Kevin.
Well, why not? Mahimi picks up the personal foul. He just checked in for Dallas. He's so strong and so thick. And you know, Chris Collins is an assistant at Duke, who is the associate head coach, who was part of that 08 Olympic gold medal winning team, was talking about Anthony and just how he was going into that Olympic training camp saying, my goal is to improve my defense. And they were saying, do that, but also you got to start taking that ball inside. That's with your build, that's a perfect element of your game.
No question. And Puru Mahimi sits on the bench for 3 quarters, comes out in his first assignment, isolation one-on-one defense versus Carmelo Anthony. Ouch.
Jan Mahimi from France. No fouls to give either way. Melo has got a 15-point third quarter roll. Here's Terry. He's played well tonight off the bench with 12. Mismatch against Nene. Pops that in. Good looking to Terry with 14.
Playing really well, making big shots, and Jason Terry's a big part of this team. And I tell you what, probably great move by Chauncey Billups.
Wow, great jaw-dropping move by Chauncey Billups. As he takes it behind his back and finds his way, he's got 29.
Boy, does he look fresh tonight. I mean, he's going behind the back. He's going in there, drawing a foul. Look at this guy, behind the back, splitting defenders. running to Mahaney, getting his body into him, and again going to the line. Chauncey looks really fresh tonight. That night off last night really helped him.
Cardinal picks up his second personal foul. Difference of 7 seconds, game clock and shot clock winding down our third. There's not a ton of defense being played. Both teams shooting over 50%, but it's been fun to watch.
Oh, it sure is. It's a shootout tonight here in Denver.
Billups with 30. Carmelo with 32. How about the swing? Nuggets have led by 18. They trailed by 7. Barea dancing inside on a follow, and Barea taking it in for his 15th point. In making his 17th point in 6 made shots. Little too fancy there, and that will take us to the end of the third quarter. So Dallas finishes the third on a 19-11 run. I think we're gonna have some fireworks here in the fourth. Are you ready?
Put your seatbelt on.
Buckle up, baby. Here we go. Minutes.
Exactly. I love the way the coaches are just like, all right, just go sit down.
Well, I mean, it's got to be so difficult in this league to coach players with guaranteed contracts, coach this particular situation. And in Denver, we were talking about that before, dealing with injuries. I mean, there is so much on an NBA coach's plate that he's got to maneuver.
No question, but at that point, the coaching staff did the right thing. It's a nice little pass across court over there to a follow by Carmelo. You pick your fights, Kevin. I mean, that's not worth anything getting upset about, you know. Nice little break there, secondary break. As Nowitzki did a great job of stopping at the free throw line and letting the traffic pass by, and then Barea hit him and going in there. But getting back to your point about coaching, you have fights that you just, you don't want to even talk about stuff. Like, you know, Melo walked by, they all just said, you know, go sit down. You got to pick your spots.
Well, this leads me now to the sudden resignation of Jerry Sloan up in Utah. It is floating around the country that the blow up that he supposedly had with Darren Williams was a contributing factor. What do you know about the situation? He and both Phil Johnson resigning at the same time.
First of all, what a sad day for the NBA. It's not, the NBA is not as good of a league right now today, because that man right there on your screen is not coaching. I love that guy. What a hard-nosed, tough competitor from the Chicago Bulls. Great coach. But no, if you're coaching, I can guarantee you that almost everybody who played for Jerry Sloan at some point got into it with him a little bit, because he's very demanding. And so, no, I don't think that was a big factor in it, that he and Darren Williams maybe exchanged some words. That's part of coaching. And again, I just think if you listen to the press conference, I think Jerry just said, you know what, it's my time to go, and I've had enough. As you see a hard drive, but Mahaney takes it in the chest and gets an offensive foul.
Harrington was the one driving and picks up his second personal foul. How ironic, too. Here we have the longest tenured NBA coach resigning. Bobby Cox, longest running Major League Baseball manager. He retires. Yep. Jeff Fisher resigns. He's the longest tenured coach in the NFL with one team. He leaves the Tennessee Titans. What a weird sequence, all within the same year, basically.
Yeah, no, I agree. Happens in threes, Kevin, I guess.
I guess it does, yeah. Terry over Afflalo. Carmelo, rebound number 4. 49% shooting for Denver, 54% shooting for Dallas. Good fake. Lawson, triple. Dirk. Boy, I'll tell you, Terry gets to the other end of the floor in such a hurry. Dallas is on a 9-0 run to begin the fourth quarter. Wings are deployed. Landing gear is down. And Terry, the Jet, with 19 off the bench.
Well, playing great, 6th man of the year, doing it against the Dallas Mavericks. Show me those wings, Jay Terry.
So much when a guy like Chandler, Mahaney's in there right now, when Chandler establishes himself right there at the tip of the rim, right around, and it just opens up everything else, huh?
No question. He's got to be accounted for because it's a dunk. So you got 2 on the ball handler, Barea. You have Tyson Chandler at the front of the rim. It opens it up for everybody else.
21 for Terry as they race back the other way at 8:39 to play here in the fourth quarter. Cardinal picks up his 3rd personal foul. But I mean, the scoring off the bench tonight for Dallas is eye-popping. 21 for Terry, Marion with 19, 17 for Barea. And we're wondering too a little bit about J.R. Smith, who has not been in. As are they putting in a dislocated finger, perhaps?
Ooh, doesn't look good. A little bit. Ooh. Popping her back into place.
J.R. Smith has gone to the locker room with an upset stomach. And now he's back out there. So he left for a while. Mavs at 55% shooting for the game. Look, Denver's not scored a single point with a 103-100.
Ooh, that was, yeah.
That was not the right score. It's 103-91. Boy. Cardinal. The hustle there of Harrington. Knocked it out of bounds. Shot clock at 2. So they ran that shot clock all the way down.
Yeah, they did. Cardinals got to shoot that one in the corner, Kevin. You had it, let it go. The shot clock's running down. Let that one go, Brian Cardinal. Don't try to make the extra play that late in the clock.
Nene comes in the contest. We saw a brief look at Gary Forbes. He's a rookie out of UMass. Rhea. Mello. Lawson. Wow. Very efficient. He was the Pac-10 Player of the Year at UCLA, and a pretty good-sized free agent sign. Mahinmi picks up the foul. He's number 5 in the NBA in three-point shooting. He's got career highs in every significant offensive number. We can tell you that TNT Tuesday, television's most fearless series, is back on Turner Network Television. Don't miss an all-new Southland Tuesday, 10/9 Central. Only on TNT.
The only way you can miss Southland is if you're watching NBA Tuesday Night Television with myself, Chris Webber, and Ernie Johnson.
And 500,000 other people, you tell me.
Yes, yes.
Your numbers are rising since the 3 of you have gone in cahoots. Listen up, we've used cahoots twice tonight.
Cahoots is always a good word.
I think that's illegal in about 17 states. Shove right there, and a quick foul called on Harrington, number 3.
Right now, Denver's got his energy lineup out there, and they're trying to run the ball, get some fast breaks, get to the line, change up the tempo of the game right now. George did a nice job of putting his energy guys out there, see if they can get some steals, see if they can get this game going back in their direction. So right now, Dallas has to take care of the ball, be efficient, get it to your scorers in the right spot, and don't turn it over.
Shot clock at 5. Nowitzki, 4 of 7. Boy, he just willed that thing in as he took it right into the teeth of the defense of Harrington.
When in doubt, give it to Dirk.
Yeah,
that's
no
always,
kidding.
and he won't turn it over. They're very efficient with the ball, the Dallas Mavericks.
3, Anthony. Carmelo Anthony with 35 in the same week where he had 50 earlier against the Houston Rockets. 14 of 21 in 34 minutes for Melo.
So he's putting on a show inside, outside, and I mean, he has really got it going on offense.
Terry with 21. Good pass, Dirk to Mahinmi. Nice assist by Dirk Nowitzki.
Good spacing by the Dallas Mavericks. Had the corners filled, had Mahinmi in there, and the defense had to make a decision. Made the wrong decision, left Mahinmi under the basket, and Dirk made a great find.
He's got 4 assists tonight to Nowitzki. Mahinmi picks up number 3.
Look at the spacing right now. Now you got a decision to make. You got Brian Cardinal in the corner, and you got Mahinmi under the basket. What does Nene do? He splits the difference. Great pass, right on the numbers. And boy, I tell you, as a big guy, nothing better than a dunk again. Mahinmi's getting the game, getting going. And does Rick Carlisle play everybody? Tyson Chandler's having a great game. Comes in with Haywood, throws in Mahinmi. He really goes through his entire lineup, Kevin, and plays everybody.
He's played 11 guys tonight.
Yeah.
But George Karl has played 10.
Yeah. 2 coaches not afraid to get into the bench.
Well, like we said before, we got 2 of the top 5 scoring benches in this game. Carlisle's bench is number 2, and George Karl's bench is number 5 in bench scoring this season so far. Nowitzki for 3. Carlo is defending. Harrington is rebounding. Rebounding in this game, Dallas is +5. Cardinal mopping up the floor.
Well, that's why he's the custodian. He's on the floor. But actually, it's pretty good defense here by Brian. Tries to come down. Melo kind of, he tries to take it in the chest. Cardinal gets his third foul right here. And Ooh, that's a tough call. But you know what? When he looks at him and says, "Let me see, Brian Cardinal, Carmelo Anthony, Brian Cardinal, Carmelo Anthony. Let me see." Yeah, foul on you, Brian.
There goes Cardinal. Here comes Marion. Oh, Cardinal's going to stay. Nowitzki is going to leave. Look at Mark Cuban. We got a great viewer back in Dallas tonight, Bob Ortigal, who had been the longtime color analyst for the Dallas Mavericks, one of the true gentlemen in this business, well known and certainly well liked throughout the NBA. 23 years he was the TV analyst for Maverick games. He'd seen a lot of good, he'd seen a lot of bad. And he was replaced earlier this week. And he is missed by his friends like you and I and so many around the NBA. And I can't wait to get back down to Dallas and shake your hand and say thank you for so many great years of service to this league and to Dallas basketball fans all over the Southwest. Here is Perea with a long attempt, and the follow is defended. Anthony. Swallow into Perea, takes advantage of the mismatch. Here's a follow, comes in with defense as his calling card, and he has kept that, but he has certainly added a nice offensive tone to his game.
No question. He knew he had Perea on him. So what does he do? He sprints down the box, gets down there, and just uses his size advantage. Goes up. 2 points will follow as 107-100.
He's breaking the mold. Conan. All new weeknights at 11, followed by Lopez Tonight. Only on TBS. Very funny.
Another billionaire is broke. C. Montgomery Burns has lost his entire fortune.
Sorry, Coke.
If ever there's a reason to be swept up in the season of the falling winds, when it comes down to me, and I grit my teeth.
Get ready.
Get out of our way. We have business here.
To go big.
Only business you have here is none ya.
None ya?
None of your damn business.
Big mamas like father, like son.
Oh, he trying to freak me!
Rated PG-13, February 18th.
Teamwork works in the NBA and at BBVA Compass. BBVA is now the official bank of the NBA.
One of us has to crawl away now. I want to evolve.
There's a better way to fight flakes. New Garnier Fructis Anti-Dandruff Shampoo. Fights flakes for 48 hours, guaranteed.
The NBA on TNT, brought to you by America's Navy, a global force for good. By T-Mobile, it's the NBA as it happens on America's largest 4G network. Step up to 4G. By Papa John's, get any large pizza at the new papajohns.com for just $10. And by Bacardi Gold. Please, drink responsibly.
Denver is trailed by as many as 13, showing some late game energy here. They've lost 5 of their last 7. They've lost 2 consecutive at home. They haven't done that in a long time. They need a win.
Yeah, they do. They got their energy group in there, like we said. So don't turn it over to Dallas Mavericks. There's a block shot. Who's right around the rim?
His game is terrific.
I love what he does.
Just what Dallas needs, and they haven't had that.
I agree 100%.
I mean, look who they've had before at that position. And the Donaldsons and the Dampiers and the the defense right there. I mean, he's doing it at both ends.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, he comes down, makes a great offensive rebound off a block shot, off a Marion shot, lays it in, and the custodian is helping him up.
Pick him up.
There you go.
Pick him up.
And he needs that. And then he comes down and makes a great.
How great is that?
Here's a great defensive play by Nene. But what happens? Chandler just keeps fighting in there, and he gets the ball and lays it in. Cardinal drives him into the big horse. The big horse takes a terrible shot. They get the rebound. Off they go. Jay Terry now is going to get 2 free throws. 2 free throws for doing nothing besides running down the floor. And Tyson Chandler did all the work on that play.
And as you always say, that's a horse I can ride.
That's a horse I can ride, baby.
TNT next Thursday. It's another doubleheader in Game 1. The Spurs take on Chicago. Game 2, the Mavericks, these same Dallas Mavericks, number 2 in the Western Conference, along with Chandler, take on the Phoenix Suns. Coverage begins at 8 o'clock only on TNT.
Right now, when you're Rick Carlisle, you tell the big fella, drag the wagon, horse. Bring us home. And sometimes that big horse has got to drag the wagon.
Sometimes that horse has got to be rubbed down, too. Needs a little. Let's see, Chandler tonight has played 27 minutes, but 20 points and 11 rebounds for Tyson Chandler. Anthony's played so well, too. You talk about a horse you can ride.
Yeah.
He's got 37 points in 36 minutes.
And great defense by Sean Marion. Maybe take a little fadeaway jump shot. You have just better offense. Better offense usually beats good defense.
Mavericks have been opportunistic on turnovers by Denver. They lead in the points off turnovers by 11. That's a foul offensively called, and it goes on Chandler. His first personal foul tonight.
Yeah, right here he gets in there.
Yep.
Yeah, Melo's in good defensive position, meets him early, and Tyson threw that left hand off a little bit, got him under the chin.
Cardinal leaves, Nowitzki is in. Kidd and Taylor and Marion, Nowitzki and Chandler, that's the Dallas 5. Lawson, Melo, Billups, Aflalo, and Nene playing with 5 fouls for the Denver Nuggets. 4.5 to play. Marion watching Anthony. Oh, his moves are just there's so much torque for a body that big when he can make those fakes and throw the defense off, and Marion's a decent defender.
Marion's playing good, solid defense. His mid-range game is as good as it is in the NBA. Carmelo Anthony makes all those 8, 10, 12-foot floaters steady.
Here's a wide-open 3. Terry puts it in. As he goes the other way on defense, 25 off the bench. He leads Dallas in scoring tonight with 11 in the 4th quarter.
And he's not even hitting the rim. I mean, it's all bottom. Terry's got a great rhythm going right now. Nice ball movement there by Denver.
And
follows up with a 3 by him. Great ball movement by the Denver Nuggets right there.
And shooters love to get that ball in rhythm because they feel the rhythm of that passing game, don't they?
Absolutely. Passes on time, on target, lead to made baskets.
The bench points by Dallas. Nowitzki, Carmelo picks up a foul. Little hand check. He picks up his 5th. He was working on Nowitzki defensively.
Again, beautiful pass from Jason Kidd, right on time, right on target. What does it make? Doesn't even come close to the rim. And then another pass coming out from Lawson out. Beautiful. Aflalo set, hits him in the hands, right in the chest where he wanted. It's called the shooting pocket, Kev. He wanted to make those passes right in the shooting pocket. And he got it, and now you got Nowitzki on the line just trying to post up Melo, kind of a ticky-tack foul there, Melo.
And Kevin, as you know, sometimes the pass to a shooter, you know, where that guy likes to catch the ball, whether it's on a hip, whether it's chest high, whether it's around his head, that's as important sometimes just getting him the ball in the first place.
Absolutely. Again, we talked about it, Kev. On time, on target, the passing. Hit him in the spot, right in his shooting pocket. Well, what he can do is get right into his shot naturally. When you throw it at people's tops, their shoe tops, that doesn't lend to a lot of great shots being made.
Finding that spot on the floor, winding up here. That's a 3 by Aflalo. And why not? The number 5 3-point shooter in the NBA has again brought Denver to within 5. He's authored a 12-point 4th quarter as Aflalo for Denver's 17 in the game. The defensive intensity picking up for the Nuggets. Nowitzki, Kidd, watching the triple. Jason Kidd has put in 13. Huge, huge shot.
It's a shooting gallery, Kev.
It is indeed, as Billups can't hit.
Great cross-court pass for Aflalo right there, Kevin. Again, knocks it down. And Jay Kidd On time, on target with the three. 118-110, Dallas Mavericks.
Hi, I'm a T-Mobile MyTouch 4G.
And I'm an iPhone 4.
Who are your buddies?
Oh, that's AT&T and that's Verizon.
Actually, I'm Verizon. I'm AT&T.
How do you tell them apart? Does one of them have nationwide 4G like me?
Nope, I'm pretty much slow with either one.
Wow, tough choice.
Hey, no choice is still a choice.
For 2 days only, on February 11th and 12th, get any T-Mobile smartphone for free. Only on America's largest 4G network.
T-Mobile, step up to nationwide 4G.
Red Hot Savings. Shop our President's Day sale now for 10% off store-wide. Plus enjoy no down payment and no interest for 24 months. Haverty's.
My neighbor Martha's doctors just told her that she can't work anymore. And Social Security makes it so tough to win disability benefits that she's worried about how she's going to take care of her little Kathy. Well, we're going to help Martha feel a little more comfortable.
We'll deal with the government. You have enough to worry about.
If you're disabled and you can't work anymore, call 1-800-66-BINDER. We're America's most successful Social Security disability advocates. And little Miss Kathy, you're going to be just fine.
4 networks, one mission. Every triumph.
You can't be serious.
Every heartbreak. Every game. Watch March Madness on TBS, CBS, TNT, and True TV, March 15th.
Boy, this has had a playoff atmosphere. If the playoffs began today, Dallas and Denver would meet. Big shots both ways.
Yeah, and not bad defense. I mean, good hand in the face right there. Melo sets up. You got Dirk out there spinning it around over to Terry. A great hockey assist there by Dirk. Aflalo's knocking him down on another great assist by Ty Lawson. And right there, a nice cross-court pass to Aflalo all the way over from Anthony, hitting him on the button. And here's the last one. Hard drive by Dirk, throw it out. And it's a shooting gallery. I tell you right now, all the apps are loaded, Kevin.
They are. Sometimes right during the game as you take a look at where these teams are right now. Number 2, Dallas. Number 7, Denver. Like we said, Denver's lost 5 of 7, 2 consecutive games at home. I mean, this game probably is more important for them than a team like Dallas, which, like we said, has won 10 consecutive games overall.
What a fun first-round matchup this is.
Back and forth. What's scoring in this game?
Yeah.
Anthony's got 39. Working on Marion.
Great defense by Marion.
It was indeed. You're right. Long arm span.
Yes. Marion, you called it early, though, Kev. You said he had a little pep in his step. He had a little jump all night long, and he's been good offensively. We talked about a couple dunks early. He got going, and Marion's given him great minutes.
And these two teams played last night on the West Coast and had the 2-hour flight back to Denver. Both got in about 3 a.m. Nice defense by Melo, who was deflecting the ball. That's the last we're going to talk about Carmelo's situation. He doesn't play like a guy who's got his attention diverted, does he? I mean, he plays like he's got a single focus in mind.
If his attention is diverted, he's dropping 39. I'd hate to see him when he's concentrating.
There's a Aflalo across the lane. He's played well tonight. Aaron Aflalo with 19 points in 32 minutes.
Coach Carlisle doesn't call many calls, but he called this one. He said, run the clock down. You're going to get a little pick and roll here. It'll end up coming out here. Oh, they're just put the ISO at the elbow or at the Dirk.
It is Dirk. He loves to fire from right there. Monet was defending. And here comes Anthony and the Denver offense with Phillips, who had 18, including 4 threes in the first quarter. Aflalo puts in another 3. 22. That makes it a 4-point game We've had 25 total three-point shots tonight. You're right, it is a shooting gallery in Denver tonight.
Look at this runner, nice, just a good take to the basket, hard right-handed runner. And right here, gets thrown out, eyes him up. Jay Kidd's a step off. Afwalo bringing the Denver Nuggets back to within 4.
What a stroke.
When beef meets flame, flavor is born. When beef meets cheddar and jalapenos, flavor gets a crazy cousin. The new BK Stuffed Steakhouse Burger, stuffed with bold cheddar and spicy jalapenos, fiery from the inside out. Just $3.99 only at Burger King.
You can take a look at our game reset. It's a 4-point game, minute and a half to play in regulation. It's not that the defense has been all that bad because we've seen some. It's just that the shooting has been so terrific by both teams.
It's been great shooting, and good offense will always beat good defense. And like you said, the defense hasn't been that bad. These guys are in rhythm. They're making shots. They're making the extra pass. This is fun basketball. And again, if you're talking about a potential first-round matchup, all good, Kevin. I love the NBA.
Oh, gosh. Nights like this, I mean, it'll just hook you as a fan.
It sure does.
I mean, this has been some of the great shooting that you come to expect by the best players on the planet. And now we got Dallas, who moments ago led by 13. Their lead's been chopped to 4 earlier in the game. Denver led by 18, and Dallas went zipping by them with some outstanding shooting. Nowitzki laying a screen. They switch on defense. Follows on Dirk. Carmelo goes on Terry. Shot clock at 4. Marion hit with a 3. Picked up by Nene, and here comes Denver led by Billups. Carmelo for 3, right between the eyes. We've got a one-pointer in the Rockies tonight.
What a shot by Carmelo Anthony. No hesitation whatsoever. Rose up and just pounded that 3 in.
No fouls to give. Nowitzki picked up by Melo. A follow goes out on Terry. 47.3 to play. Denver's ball. How about the shot by Carmelo Anthony? A game high 42 points for Denver.
Unreal. Got it, loaded it up, looked up, and the ball right now has to find Carmelo Anthony. Get the ball to Carmelo Anthony. He's on fire.
Here comes Billups for 3. Picked up by Billups. The scoop to Nene. Oh, was he hit high? Fouled on the play. 33.3 to play.
Chauncey knew that shot was off the minute he let it go, and he scrambled. Right now, Chauncey left. He knew it was short when he shot it. Got the ball back. Nice little scoop pass there to Nene. Watch Chauncey take off. He knows this. When you're shooting the ball, Kev, you're always the first to know if it's long or short or where it's going. And Chauncey made a great effort there to track down the shot.
Nene's got a career high 76% from the free throw line. Now the best he can do is tie with 33.3 to play. Nene tonight, 6 points, 7 rebounds. It is nail-biting time here in Denver. Timeout, Dallas. Tied at 119. The Mavericks led by 7 with 2:08 to play. The Nuggets on a well-constructed 7-0 run, tied at 119.
NBA TV is your source for total NBA coverage.
more live games than any other network. And Game Time delivers daily NBA action and analysis.
Right now, we've got a game coming down to the wire.
Plus, it's NBA TV's Fan Night, where you, the fan, choose the game you want to see. For 24/7 access to the NBA,
oh yes, that was pretty. Faster than a speeding bullet.
Watch NBA TV, where amazing happens.
Mavs got the ball, and we've got 33.3 to play, tied at 119.
Yeah, late in the games like this, you'll see Carlisle always draws up great plays, but you're going to probably see a little pin down, a little on big, a small guy coming down to pin down on Dirk Nowitzki, opening up, see if they switch. If they switch it, they'll give Dirk the ball, let him ISO. If not, they'll get into a screen and roll. So I expect a little pin down on Dirk Nowitzki with the small guy. And if you look out there, Dallas has gone small, got shooters all around the court. And we'll see what they run here.
Berea is coming from Marion. Anthony watching Nowitzki. Great fake. Ball was kicked. And he was kicked. And that is a foul.
Great pump fake here by Dirk. Gets him in the air. Ooh, they called Melo for a kick.
And he's gone. That was number 6. He's gone.
Tough call. I mean, probably did get him on the elbow with that foot, and Dirk lost the ball. But a great pump fake by Dirk Nowitzki to get him in the air, and now Dirk's going to get to the line and shoot 2 free throws.
Dirk is an 88% free throw shooter. As Melo turns in a 42-point performance on 25 shots. That's terrific. That's a great night in 41 minutes. Okay, Harrington's going to come in for the just fouled out Carmelo Anthony. Dirk 5 of 6 from the free throw line tonight. Wow. Again, the foul.
Yeah, another look right here. You're going to see the turn baseline, the pump fake, and as Melo, yeah, it looks like he might have got him with that foot, Kev, on that elbow. Tough call. Boy, you hate to get fouled out on that play.
Here we go. Mavs by 1 point, back on D. Phillips. Kid is out. Chauncey. A follow for the game. And a follow is an assassin.
Great one dribble, escape dribble. Aflalo goes up, and that's well within time. And Aflalo had a great fourth quarter, brought the Nuggets back. And I tell you what a big shot by Aaron Aflalo.
19-point fourth quarter for Aaron Aflalo. 24 in the game, and he just put the dagger in the Dallas Mavericks. What a shot. What a game. Let's go to Cheryl Miller.
All right, Aaron, take us through that last play. It looked like Chauncey had misstepped a little bit, but just take us through that game-winning shot.
Yeah, I seen Chauncey kind of had him tied up a little bit, and you know, just fortunate enough to get a clean look. But you know, I want to give him credit to number 15, man. He plays consistent all the time, and he kept us in the game. So I'm glad we won.
I know, Melo, you were very upset with that last call that sent you on the bench. You got to talk about your play tonight and the focus of this team to battle back.
We fought tonight, man. From, you know, that whole second half, you know, we was up 18 early. They fought, they made the league. Sorry about that. And we just kept fighting, man. Aaron picked it up in the fourth quarter. I hit some big shots, and we strapped up on defense in the last couple minutes.
You know, talk about a game like this where, you know what, it's not a lack of defense, but offensively, guys are just hitting big shots. How much fun is this to play in a game like this?
These games are fun, man, especially when they let us play. When they let us play, these games are fun. They get physical sometimes, but hey, we pulled this one out tonight.
Now, I asked you before the game, what was your status? Would this possibly be the last time you're in this uniform? You said, Cheryl, it's out of my control. What did you mean by that?
It's out of my control right now, Cheryl. Well, as long as I'm in a Denver Nugget uniform, this is the effort you're going to get from me.
All right, thank you very much. Guys?
A 14-point swing in the final 8.5 minutes. One of the best regular season games this year in the NBA.
Absolutely. Great shooting, great offensive. And I tell you what a finish with Aaron Aflalo. 19 points in the fourth quarter and a big shot to put the nail in the coffin.
Special thanks to Chuck Sorelli, Gary Erickson, Russ Lathrop, our producer, Rodney Vaughn, our director, Lonnie Dale, for Cheryl Miller, Hall of Famer Kevin McHale, Kevin Harlan saying so long from Denver. Taking you to Atlanta, this is the NBA on TNT.
How about you, Aaron Aflalo, 19-point fourth quarter, including the game winner.
Solid.
That was unbelievable. Great finish. Terrific
that
ball
was a
game.
great finish.
121 to 120. Denver wins it over Dallas. Inside comes up Ray Allen, the night.